guys, to another episode of 317 Wellness Podcast. Today we're going to be talking about why we are doing more foods from scratch here at home.
Yes.
So,
we've been in the fitness field for so long now. It's been like, for me, it's been like
a long time
5+ years.
Yeah.
For you, it's been
just about 4 years, something like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah,
Fitness field, but
and the more like knowledge we know about fitness and the fitness industry and just the food industry, actually,
yeah,
we are realizing how important it is that we start doing our own thing, because tell them why.
Yeah, so also I'm a health coach, and so we've done a lot of research and just studying about ingredients and how it's important to not have too many ingredients or to know the ingredients that are in your foods. So I think we've just realized also with having our son who sometimes has issues, especially with certain grains and things like that. We've noticed issues that it's just important for us to really start to control what is in the food. So we used to have granola bars and protein bars and things like that. And I've started exploring more recipes for homemade granola bars. I've even done some homemade protein bars, which they weren't the greatest. They were a little too dry, but just kind of exploring different things. So we're gonna show you some homemade granola bars here.
All right,
today.
let's go for it.
Yeah. All right, so we are starting. This is a recipe I did find online, so I'm not like the one that's completely creating this recipe. But honestly, if there's anything that you want to make from scratch and you're curious, just Google it. I mean, someone's already done something with it out there. There's reviews. You can always tweak it to make whatever you want it to be. So for me, have to make granola bars that don't have peanut butter or any kind of nuts in them because my kids take them to the YMCA and we can't have that because of peanut allergies and things. So I have to omit some of those ingredients. If you yourself have an allergy, obviously you can find recipes that omit those ingredients as well, and you can add in your own. So instead of almonds and cranberries in these granola bars, I actually make them kind of like a oatmeal raisin cookie, cinnamon, oats, and then the raisins in there for a little extra chewiness. So the first thing we're going to do is just actually toast these oats. And while we do that, then we can kind of talk a little bit more about why we do this. So
what's the timer on that right now?
Just 5 minutes there.
5 minutes, okay.
Yeah.
So obviously the food industry is pretty much made to just poison us, and that's just the truth. Especially all the processed stuff that's out there. What the chips, what the cookies. What else?
All the convenience foods too, even like the frozen foods and things like that people tend to get aren't always the best ingredients.
What is this causing for a lot of the kids that are younger?
I mean, I think the studies show that there's a huge uptick now in childhood obesity and diabetes and things like that. So a lot of the foods just have trans fats in them. So that's the chemically processed oils. It's not anything natural. And then also sugar. I mean, sugar is just in everything. And so I really enjoyed it when they did change the nutrition label and it has the added sugar line actually in there. So you can see what's natural and what versus how much they've actually added in there. So then you want that food more and more, right? So when it has the trans fats and when it has the sugar in there, you're going to crave it more and more. So that's why they can make it tasty, so they can sell a lot more and they can get you to buy it more. That's the other thing too, is that we don't really think about the whole process of where our food comes from and is it really coming from the safest locations. You know, there's even healthy foods though, like there was the romaine that had a lot of, because it was being processed close to a cow. I think there was a stockyard. And so it was getting salmonella and things like that. So anyways, I mean, there's just a lot that we don't really think about. And so we just kind of go about our day. And I think, we just don't really think about our food a lot. And then when you stop and think about how important your food is for how your body functions, how you mentally process and how you go about your day, when you realize that, and I think we've realized that, we stop and go, okay, we got to really think about the ingredients that are going into the foods that we eat. And so making more at home is a way for us to really be able to make sure it's better.
And just really looking for high quality foods, organic, grass fed. Especially for me, because I have such a gluten intolerance and just have a lot of gut issues lately that I've been discovering. And I'm actually seeing what kind of foods are affecting me. A lot of it has to do with the yeast, the yeast in certain breads or the yeast in pizza, certain beers that mess up with my gut. The beans that we ate for the chili, they kind of messes me with me, but like I have to eat very high quality food or else my gut's gonna be messed up. And then even lactose, I'm lactose intolerant.
Yeah.
We went to Sonic's this one time to grab a milkshake.
Oh, that was not good. Nope.
I was in the
You
bathroom.
were hurting, and so was our son.
Yeah.
He was hurting because he had a little bit of it too. Like I said, we were looking for, with this specific thing, we're looking for a very specific kind of granola bar that doesn't have nuts in it.
So now we got it warmed up, right?
Yep, we're just toasting them a little bit more. It's just to bring out a little bit more of the flavor and stuff in the oats. So I think it made a little bit of a difference the last time we did it, besides just having regular oats without them being toasted. So it adds a different texture component, which is nice. So
and then now you're gonna throw them in there for how long now?
Just another 3 minutes. Actually, it doesn't need to be in there. Thank you for reminding me that I need to set my timer again. So it doesn't need to be in there too much longer. And then we can start making actually the rest of the ingredients, because they need to be melted and everything together. Why this makes, these are really good, is because we do use brown sugar and honey and butter, quite a bit of butter in it as well. So we're going to start here with brown sugar. I'm probably going to do a little bit less. Tim really liked them the first time. I thought they were just a little too sweet.
No.
I thought they were a little too sweet. So we're just going to go with a little bit less powdered sugar than what we did the first time. I'll keep the honey the same. Honey has a lot of medicinal properties, so I don't want to take out the honey as the sweetener. Brown sugar, we can take out the brown sugar. Not as much. So
have you noticed anything that you're allergic to?
I actually, as I get older, I feel like I can't handle, this sounds so bad, but I can't handle alcohol as much as I used to. So that's something that I need to, actually it's sugar in alcohol. That is definitely a big no-no for my system now that I don't really drink all that often. And I'm just older. So I know that's a big one, and I know I'm not the only one on that one. I've talked to other people that feel the exact same way about that. So, but as far as other foods go, I've noticed sometimes when we have pizza too, like I get really tired.
Yep.
Too many carbs, the wrong kind of carbs, will definitely just like zap me of all of my energy, and I just want to fall asleep. So that's no bueno.
Yeah.
But other than that, I think you probably have more going on with your gut than what I do. So there's the butter. So we've got a third a cup of honey. I know it's a lot of honey in there. A lot of butter. Makes them real good though. And then I'm not a full fourth a cup of brown sugar, because I don't really want it again to be as sweet. Oh, that's already done. If you are going to do almonds or other nuts, you toast it with the oats as well, so it brings out the natural oils and the natural flavors in there. But yeah, so we've got that. Well, let's see. We need to do fourth a teaspoon of salt. Too much. There we go. Teaspoon. Guys, I'm a cook. I bake too, but I really prefer cooking. So sometimes I get a little liberal with my pouring, which I know isn't right for all you real bakers out there. Don't look at me. All right. Now we're gonna actually heat this up on the stove. So I'm gonna do this. So I am just adding in the raisins to the toasted oats while that's melting over there on the stove. Really, there's not too much more to this than what we're doing. We just toast the oats. We just mix together all of this.
How many boxes of raisins?
I used 4 little boxes. It's supposed to be about a half a cup of raisins. Or you can do cranberries or, whatever you kind of want there. But This is just, I'm trying to get this heated up. I don't really like to microwave stuff if I can help it. So that's why I'm doing this weird thing. You could just microwave it all. But I really prefer on the stove. So I'm going to turn that down. It's getting a little toasty.
Yeah. So now winter's coming here. Like, we're pretty much done with the garden. And what do you want to do for next season? I know that there's different things that we want to plant. The big thing is like what? Strawberries, potatoes?
Yeah, we have strawberries, and hopefully the strawberries will still stick around through winter because this is the first time we did the container gardening. So I don't know. Hopefully the roots don't freeze and we lose all of our strawberries. So we're just testing that out for this year. Next year I would love to do root vegetables. I would love to try to see that. We do have some garlic that my friend from Wisconsin sent us. She sent me a head of garlic to then plant. So then because over winter, that's when it really takes hold, and then in the spring, I believe it's the spring, we should get fresh garlic, which would be great. I think focusing more on our staples of getting like onion and garlic, potatoes,
sweet potatoes,
because those last for a long time.
Yeah.
Just getting those kinds of things would be great. I tried to do some fall crops, but the bugs really got at them right away. As soon as the broccoli and cauliflower leaves,
I like to keep my jalapenos going.
Yeah, peppers were good.
Peppers are really good.
With those produced a lot. I was really surprised at how many you had. Well over a dozen.
Yeah.
Probably maybe close to 2 dozen hot peppers. So onion and garlic do have good medicinal properties, as well as honey and things like that. So having those kinds of foods around is just good for the gut. It's good for the immune system to have those things. So I would love to be able to grow that, as well as maybe some herbs too, because they also have medicinal properties. But besides like food, the other thing that we do is our own toothpaste and our own lotion. Those we also think about not just what we're eating, but what we're putting on our skin and what we're putting on our body. Our shampoo, we don't do a lot of stuff in our shampoo. We try to keep out a lot of the chemicals. Body wash, shampoo, those types of things. We really don't like to have a lot of chemicals. I really like the
lotion, because the lotion is what
it's oil. It's coconut oil, olive oil, and then beeswax, and then a little bit of essential oil in that. And that's just, I love it too.
My skin makes it's like nice and shiny.
Yeah, so, and it goes a long way. And then one of the big things that recently, we've done it off and on, is toothpaste, because one of the things that was brought to my attention was on the back of the toothpaste, it actually says call poison control if ingested. And when I saw that, it came to my attention in a podcast, I was like, wait, what? Like, we're putting this in our mouth, and we do swallow a little bit, which, that's not a big deal. I know they're talking like the whole tube or whatever, but still, it has something in it that isn't good that can hurt you. So we started making our own toothpaste. So that's been a big one too.
All right, so what are we doing next?
I'm going to take this over here. It is hot, so let me grab it. And we are going to mix it in. Nothing like some honey, butter, and sugar. A little bit of vanilla and salt.
This is way better than the stuff that you get at the store. This is way better than...
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right, here we go. Ooh, look at that.
They are nice and solid now. I'm going to let them just kind of thaw just a little bit, but then we can cut them into, if you want them into little squares, or if you just want to make them into normal granola bars, we'll probably cut these into maybe like 8 or so. Let's see. There we go. About a dozen. Want to try one?
I don't know how one. I just want.
Well, I was going to break this one.
All right, here we go. Let's try this out. You ready?
Yeah. Really good.
Wow.
They're really good. They're really good flavor.
Definitely better than the first batch.
Really?
I think so.
Okay. Good chewiness in there of the raisins, and it's not too dense. I think that's good. They kind of like fall apart a little bit, which is nice.
It tastes just about the same as a regular bar, but the ingredients are a lot healthier, which is pretty awesome. Yeah. Definitely good recipe.
So the recipe link for this will be in the bio. I can also put in we can put little notes of things that we changed up. You can, like I said, you can always change it for your specific tastes and needs. And again, if there's any recipes of things out there that you're interested in, or something that you always buy, like granola bars or whatever at home, and you just want to do a Google search and see if you can find a recipe for it, and just see what the ingredients are. It's like, as you can see, it's really easy to make. It does not take that much time to make these from scratch. And the cost of the ingredients really isn't that much when you divide it up over how many batches I can make with it. So I really encourage you to just try making some stuff from home, and you can include the kids, make it a family thing, and it's fun. So yeah.
All right, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and make sure to check down the link below. We'll leave the recipe down there. And then until next time, guys, we'll see you.
We'll see you.